You are listening to Radio Long Island City, recorded today out in the field at Socrates Park, 9 kilometers north of the Harbor Hill Moraine. And now, the Observatory. The Observatory, Thursday the 5th of June, 2025. It is 77 days after the spring equinox. It is 15 days before the summer solstice. By the French Republican calendar, it is the 17th day of Prairial, the day of the sureau, the elderberry. The sun rises today at 5:25 a.m. Solar noon takes place today at 12:54 p.m. The sun sets today at 8:24 p.m. Civil twilight ends at 8:57 p.m. and nautical twilight ends at 9:39 p.m. The length of daytime today is 57 seconds longer than yesterday. The moon is in its waxing gibbous phase and is 74% full at midday. The full moon will arrive on Wednesday, the 11th of June. These are the predicted tides today for Horn's Hook. In the middle of the night, low tide, 12:40 a.m., 37 centimeters. In the early morning, near 6 a.m., a high tide will take place, but no data is available for this tide. Near midday, low tide, 12:30 p.m., 30 centimeters. In the evening, high tide, 7:15 p.m., 1 meter, 46. In our shared realm of plants and animals, the first crop of food plants in our gardens are wrapping things up as the heat begins to assert itself. Unharvested spinach no longer sits close to the ground, but has sent up long central spikes ending in clusters of buds. Unpicked radishes likewise have grown gangly and are graced with pink and yellow flowers. Soon they will produce seed pods, tender and delicious, with a hint of radishy tang. Commemorations. On this day in 1873, the great slave market in Zanzibar was closed for good. Sultan Barghash bin Said of Zanzibar had signed a treaty with Great Britain prohibiting the importation of enslaved persons to his East African kingdom. Through the mid to late 19th century, Britain slowly shut down the centuries-old Indian Ocean slave trade. On this day in 1876, bananas were introduced to the American public at the Centennial Exposition in Philadelphia. The novel fruits were wrapped in foil and cost 10 cents each. Most Americans had never seen a banana before. 2 anniversaries today of major events in the Middle East. On this day in 1916, in the midst of World War I, the Arab revolt against the Ottoman Empire broke out in the Hejaz. Led by Hussein bin Ali, the Sharif of Mecca, the uprising was aided by the Ottomans' enemies, the British. Fighting began at Medina under the command of Hussein's sons, Ali and Faisal. 5 days later, Hussein ordered his troops to rise up against the Ottoman garrison in Mecca. Although the revolt successfully ousted the Turks from Arab lands, the British and the French shaped the post-World War I order, drawing boundaries and establishing zones of influence in the region. On this day in 1967, the Six-Day War began between Israel and the neighboring Arab states of Egypt, Jordan, and Syria. The conflict ended with Israel in possession of the Golan Heights, Gaza, the West Bank of the Jordan, and the Sinai Peninsula. The Suez Canal was closed. The Sinai was returned to Egypt in 1975. Remember these 2 events of lasting consequence to the world we live in today. On this day in 1977, the Green Belt movement began in Kenya. A group from the National Council of Women of Kenya marched to Kamukunji Park, Nairobi, where they planted 7 trees. Their leader, Dr. Wangari Maathai, had seen that deforestation, environmental damage, and the disempowerment of rural women had all gone hand in hand. The Green Belt movement encourages rural women to work together to grow seedlings and plant trees, to bind the soil, store rainwater, and provide food and firewood. Participants receive a small monetary token for their work. Wangari Maathai won the Nobel Prize for her efforts. And that is the Observatory, Thursday the 5th of June, 2025.